So we're going to be focusing on vessels. And part one, this video podcast will be on pattern of vessels. Now, vascular patterns can be important in the identification of melanocytic and non-melanocytic neoplasms. Pink, pink-brown, and red neoplasms have few dermoscopic structures, and the pattern and morphology of the vessels may be a significant clue in narrowing a differential and establishing a diagnosis. To best visualize vessels, apply a hand sanitizer gel to the lens and apply minimal pressure to the skin with the camera. Images are best seen in the polarized and near ultraviolet light modes. The vascular enhancer found in the CASIO software is beneficial in evaluating vascular patterns and morphology. And here we have an example. Utilizing the vascular enhancer, we see these serpentine branched vessels quite nicely. With vessels, we look for pattern of vessels and morphology of vessels. We will focus on the patterns of vessels. And these are the different patterns. They can be uniform, non-uniform, clustered, radial, reticular or string-like, or a strawberry appearance. Uniform, the vessels are arranged so the pattern is consistent throughout the neoplasm. And here is an example with this intradermal nevus and these slightly curved vessels, which are seen uniformly throughout the lesion. Non-uniform or polymorphous. Vessels arranged inconsistently in the neoplasm in a non-uniform pattern. In this example, you have polymorphous vessels, you have linear irregular vessels, and vessels as dots, with this shades of pink melanoma. Clustered. Vessels are arranged or assembled in groups of clusters. So in this example, in the near ultraviolet light, we see how these vessels as coils are clustered, and you see this as well in the polarized mode. Radial. Linear vessels distributed around the periphery of the lesion. A good example of this is sebaceous hyperplasia, where you have these serpentine radial vessels surrounding the yellowish-white structures in the center, the so-called popcorn structures, which is characteristic of sebaceous hyperplasia. These are also known as crown or wreath vessels. String-like. Vessels are coiled or dotted, arranged in lines, forming a linear string-like pattern. And here we have a beautiful example of a clear cell acanthoma with vessels as dots in a serpiginous pattern, also known as vessels as pearls on a string. And finally, the strawberry appearance, a reddish pseudonetwork around hair follicles with follicular openings accentuated with a white halo. And here we have such an example with this actinic keratosis, where we see this reddish pseudonetwork surrounding the hair follicles. You can see the accentuated white structures, which are portions of these projections with this white halo.